What's going on? It's currently 4:31. Just now leaving the gym. I feel great. Today was one of those days where I felt like I was able to push myself a little bit more. And that's the thing about working out. You might got these specific goals in mind, but it's and I'm not saying it's not attainable, but it comes with consistent repetition though. So I felt like push a little bit harder today. And that's ultimately the goal. Each and every day I show up is to be better than I was the day before. And I guess since these videos be just free thoughts, I guess that could be the conversation right as of right now, just showing up each and every day and being better than I was the day before. And it takes a lot because, when the stakes are high, man, you got to understand the discipline is high, but the reward is high. And you got to ultimately sacrifice a lot to get to where you're trying to go, depending on where you're trying to go. If you're not trying to go nowhere, then yeah, of course it makes sense to just be stagnant and not be willing to go against what was installed into you ever since a juvenile or a child. And we do have these programmings that's been installed into us since birth. A lot of it is genetics, and that's true. Your gene pool is everything. And I come from a hard-working background, and I work hard. I try to work extremely hard. I don't come from a one of those, what's the word? I don't come from a, let's see what this guy gonna do. Let me go. There you go. Run the light. It look like they drunk in there. But I don't come from like a wealthy background. I come from just a hard-working background, but I would be she just got herself a ticket, bro. That was just crazy. But I come from a hard-working background. I didn't come from a wealthy background, and I'm going to be the one to break that generational curse in my family and be able to obtain wealth in my family. And that comes with a lot. That comes with a lot of a heavy load that I put on my shoulders just because I want to be this superior to my family. And not saying like superior in a sense as bow down. I mean like superior as in the sense of I'm willing to take on the extra load of work. I'm willing to wake up at the 3 a.m.s, go to the gym, have to be at work by 9, and from 9 to 9. So just endless work, and then perfecting my craft in the financial markets, and understanding where I'm at and my placement and things of that nature, just to get ahead. And that's not cheap. The price of that is extremely high, but I'm willing to pay the price. And that's the thing, you got to be willing to pay. You got to be willing. Somebody got to pay the bill. And if you're not gonna pay the bill, if you're gonna be the one who sit around and complain about what's what, then ultimately you'll never reach that other side. So, and that's the thing. I'm willing to push myself twice as hard, 3 times as hard, just to obtain these things, these lively goals that I have of myself, these attainable goals that I have of myself, and they not far-fetched. We talking goals that I have for myself that will be accomplished in the next 90 days, the next 30 days. And I sit and I look at my kids, and it gives me chills, seeing my children, my younger children. And one of my daughters are going to kindergarten. She just finished daycare, her last year of daycare, so now she's preschool, so now she's officially a kindergarten, and seeing this is just like it's mind boggling, because this same child was just so tiny in my arms. You know, I was just spoiling this child and couldn't put this child down. And remember, like yesterday, her just fussing and me having to find her pacifier in the middle of the night, you know, because she's fussing because she want her pacifier in. And now she has a mouthful of teeth and talking, and you couldn't pay her to suck on a pacifier. She look at you like you crazy. So seeing that, and then my youngest out of my children, you know, she's just growing and excelling and super smart, you know, and it's just phenomenal, you know. It's phenomenal, man. And you know, I can't even put the words together to explain or express myself on how gracious I am and how fulfilled I am for the things that God have brought into my life. And that's the number one thing, man. Wake up and do better, but always have something at the center of your universe, and that something is always God, and you gotta believe in it, because think about it. We didn't just come here out of wedlock. Human existence just didn't just show up out of nowhere. You know what I mean? There's trillions of species of living organisms around this world that we live in. So we are unique, and we have the ability to have a subconscious and conscious mind, and we have the ability to do so much than any other living thing that exists on earth. So we have to take that and run with it. And I'm truly grateful for this life and all of the trials and errors that I've been through, and all the successes that I acquired throughout my years of living on this earth. So I just want to push to continue to be a great version of myself, push to be a growing version of myself and a learning version of myself, and always a student. And you know, I just want to say, I want to leave this note with you guys this Wednesday morning. It's currently 4:38. Just find a purpose, man. Just find something that's willing, give your all to it, and then serve as many people as you can once you acquire whatever it is you're trying to acquire. And with that being said, man, love, peace to all. Y'all have a good one.